Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna, and here basically it's a 171 formula number, and here basically we are discussing that about the formulas, about the subscription plans, what actually the subscription plan is, and what are the subscription, etc., etc. So here basically we are discussing about the what is the subscription and what is the subscription plan. So in last topic basically we have discussed lots of about the subscription, right? The subscription are designed by the set of professional groups. But what actually the subscription contains, that basically we are going to discuss in little bit detail. And this might contain two to three parts basically of the detail of the subscription. So first basically we will see that it's first we will see about the India, right? So India is basically fully connected with the God, right? And if it's connected with God, that means there are God families also in this world, like um, Christian family. Christian basically believes in Jesus, so Jesus families are there. So assume that in Jesus basically there are more than 500 families. Just taking as an example, in real basically it might be any number. Sri Krishna family. Sri Krishna have basically more than 500 family. Like this, each and every gods are there. Like Jalaram family is there. Jalaram god family is there. That is basically the number of 500. Then Hanuman family is there. That basically the number is more than 500. Muhammad family, that is Muslim god family is there. Then like this, basically there are many god families. And here basically we are discussing what? We are discussing that it's a God family. So God families means the God basically are going to take the God families are going to take the oxygens, right? So whatever oxygen gas they are going to take, that basically is designed in the subscription plan. That is basically designed in the subscription plan basically. So whatever the subscription plan is designed, that is designed according to the god family blood cells. If I say this, then it would be 100% that. For example, we will design one tree structure, that is basically assume that there is a Hanuman god, Sri Hanuman god, and in Hanuman god basically there are around 500 family of the Hanuman. So just taking as an example. So like this, it's very big family. So like this, 500 family members have around. Assume that there are around 5 to 6 crore people are going in the Hanuman temple, and each, for example, there are around 20,000 Hanuman temples in the world. So each and every 10 to 20,000 temples are watched by that Hanuman family. That is basically 500 groups. So they decides basically who is supposed to go into which team. So just see basically up to what level the each and every stuffs are. For example, I will take two to three families example. For one example, assume that there is one lady in Hanuman family. She told that this around 20 lakh people is going to be in my team. Then the other men basically told that this 20 lakh people are going to be in my team, and this 10 lakh is going to be in my team. So, like this, whatever blood cells, whatever energy these three are going to take, the entire team basically, that is basically 20 lakh, and 10 lakh people are going to get that same energy. So this is basically the subscription plan, basically you can say. But the data are basically mostly filters, and filter data are sent to the 20 lakh, 20 lakh, 10 lakh people. But this is basically the, you can say, the one of the subscription plan which is designed by the professional groups, basically you can say. And they are basically mostly connected with the satellite groups and universe group basically. So like this, the subscription plan is prepared. And this is basically one of the base subscription plan of India, because in India basically it's a God faith country, right? Everybody believes in God. So mostly basically 90 percentage believes in God, and 10 percentage will not believe in God. So they says that we don't believe in God. Uh, we basically don't believe in this all culture, because we say we know basically what God is, etc., etc. So that it's their thinking basically. You can say it's not our thinking. That's basically the 10 percentage people who says that there is no like God. But in this basically Ravan is also one of the god of the Sri Lankan. So here basically other than these people are coming into the 10 percentage who don't go to the temple, who don't go to the church, who don't go to the mosque. So they are basically Muslim, but they don't ever never goes to the mosque. They are Christian, but they never goes to the church. They are Hindus, but they never goes to the temples. So there are many families basically who says that we don't believe in God, because lots of things bad has might have happened to that family. So that family might have told that no, basically we don't want to believe the God. So that might be possible, because it might be possible that if you face any lots of problem, and if the God family does not take care of that family, then basically by default they gets out from the God group basically. And like this basically it start 10 percentage basically you can say it's a starting. Slowly this can increase to 5 percentage, 20 percentage, 30, like this basically it might increase basically. Because if 10% up to 10 percentage has reached, so you can just imagine previously it might be 1 percentage, then it might come to 2, 3, 4, like this basically it has reached to 10 percentage. So this basically is the problem basically you can say of the subscription group also you can say. So subscription group basically have to set the thing basically that this 10 percentage is not believing God. So what are the reason basically? What are the reason why they are not believing in not believing in the God? Nowadays basically there are many businessmen group basically who keeps the photo of God, and they do all the wrong business. So that basically it's a business basically. So they say that we are doing the business on the faith of God. So that type of people are also there. So it's but they believe the God, they believes the God, and they are doing this type of business also. So basically it's a different part basically. So here we are not discussing that, but it's this is also one of the topic basically you can say. It's a big topic basically you can say. So they says that we are doing our God task. So by giving trouble basically, which God basically is telling that you have to give the trouble to the people. So no God basically will tell that, right? So the 10 percentage basically which the number has came, that basically mostly might get increased, because nowadays basically people says that basically we are crying since many years, many years. I will tell my story only. I was basically first rank of the Vidyagunj. I was basically studying in the Vidyagunj, and in it's basically my self story. That is basically Sunil R. Nair, and I was basically first rank holder in Vidyagunj. But by chance, basically something wrong happened in the school management, and something wrong happened in the school basically. So the first rank holder got fail result in his mark sheet. So you can just imagine basically, is this possible? It's not possible basically. So the result basically which has converted into fail result. So you can just imagine the business level, so the education level also, up to what level it has reached. So one basically that time basically when I was childhood, that time basically we were not having that too much of money. So basically, if the poor person is having first rank holder, he was having first rank, then basically that might hurt to some rich family basically you can say. So the politics might have happened in that school, but that basically hurt Sunil Nair. That basically it's myself, and it converted to lots of depression. That time basically when I was childhood, that was basically 7 to 8 years or seven when I was 7 to 8 years. That time basically from junior KG to third standard, mostly around 7 to 8 years, I was first. And after that, suddenly if result comes to as a fail, then basically it's basically if any mad person also say that no, that is not possible. How it can be after 7 to 8 years? How one person can get directly to a failed result? That is practically not possible. So that basically the school management also has to be think. They also never thought that. Few teachers told that basically how it's possible, how Sunil and Nair become got the failed result. So that is basically the personal stuff basically, but that connects to lots of subscription plan also because from that time basically I was believing in Hanuman God. So then basically again the bad thing came into my life. That was basically bad marriage happened, and then basically again gone to the depression, and then basically few years not got the job and lots of bad happened, and then basically currently having the job, but there basically I am not having the good salary. So I am believing in God. I have done the around 20 around more than 30 years fasting of the Hanuman. So if again same thing will happen, then basically I will also join that 10 percentage. That is basically by default. Basically, you can't take too much of torture. Basically, you can say, and like this, basically, if you are believing in God, and after believing this, all this thing, all the God, basically, you can say you are doing lots of stuff. You are doing the fasting. Then also it's that also it's not 1 or 2 year, it's 33 year 33 year plus. Then also if you are bad, something bad is happening, that means you have to exit from the uh, god group, basically, you can say. Then basically I think the 10 percentage will increase to some other percentage also. So basically it might possible, basically, because human can take certain level of torture, but if the torture get increased, then basically he will not take a torture because it's a torture, basically, you can say. So it's basically here, basically we are not discussing that, but this is also one of the topic. Why? Because the I have taken one example of the Hanuman family. There are three family members who are basically having 20 lakh, 20 lakh, and 10 lakh peoples, basically, who are basically under this three family members. One is ladies and two are gents. So like this, the family members are there. So whatever basically they are passing the data to the 20 lakh, 20 lakh, 10 lakh, that data only basically these people are going to get, right? That oxygen is only these two people are going to take the oxygen. So they are basically mostly giving the good oxygen only because they are going in temple, they are doing Hanuman Chalisa. So they mostly basically they sees the camera, basically he's yeah, he is basically into the temple, he is doing the Hanuman Chalisa also. His energies are basically the Hanuman family don't see in the house. They basically gets the data of the power companies, from the power companies, that this person has is doing the puja, then how many times Hanuman Chalisa is reading. So up to that level data basically this Hanuman family gets. So according to that, basically they do the plans, basically, you can say. So that basically there are many families like Mahakali is there, Shiv God is there. So they also basically have the here basically we are just discussing the God related, because in Earth planet everything is really connected with God, and Earth planet is also created by some set of groups. So that also I am basically going to discuss that Earth planet is also created by certain groups. So here basically we are discussing few gods like Mahakali is there, Shiv Shankar is there, then Muslim gods are there, Christian gods are there, Parsi gods are there. So like this, basically entire world is basically connected with this god, and 10 percentage are not connected because they say that we don't believe in God, and we have got lots of torture, and we exited the God family group. So and we are basically handling our own stuff, basically, you can say. So like this, basically there are many people, basically. So like this. The subscription plan are basically designed according to that, basically, you can say. The subscription plan which the set of professional groups designs, in this basically this god family subscription plan is also one of the data, basically, you can say. And here basically the this is one of the data, and the another data is basically the earthquake data we have already discussed. and that was basically little bit part discussed, but that is also mostly almost discussed, that there are 1000 family member groups, and that comes to around 50 to 60,000 family members, and their energy basically are taken by the subscription groups. And subscription groups basically says that subscription groups basically the people who created the subscription plan, they says that we have created a subscription plan according to the this 50,000 family members. So we have decided that if this 10,000 people will come to this energy, then basically earthquake will not happen. The 20,000 will come into this, then basically the earthquake will happen. So like this, basically the thing. If for example, I will take one example. In Vadodara city, basically, if the 10,000 people energy has taken, right, and 10,000 female energies are dumped into the Vadodara city for certain weeks. For certain weeks, they have dumped those family members' data, so the earthquake will not happen. But suddenly, basically, they told that yeah, basically uh, um, we by chance basically sent the another data that basically due to some reason, so the earthquake will happen. So that basically depends upon the city, basically you can say cities behaviors, basically that also you can say. So that is also basically different topic, basically you can say how basically government behaves with the public. That basically topic also we are going to discuss, that how basically government behave with the public, and how public basically are behaving with government. It's vice versa, basically you can say. So this is also one of the interesting topic, why basically this is coming into the project management plan formulas, because this is also one of the topic basically where the computerized system is getting used, and each and every chartered accountancy group basically adds this each and every parameters also. So the whenever the costing is taken of the software companies of the software, then basically this subscription plan of the God family, that is basically 50,000 members, their data are also taken into consideration. So that's why basically the subscription plan basically is designed so deeply that one rupee basically are counted, and each and every rupees basically are counted according to that, basically you can say the calculation is done. So you can just imagine the calculation level which has happened, and which is basically happening according to the subscription plan which is taken by the government according to the money which is given by the government. And basically here government is not interacting with this all. The admin department is interacting with each and every. Government is basically they are connected with the practical things, basically you can say. The For example, the text box equal to 1,000 cities, so they are looking after this text box equal to 1,000 city creation. Whenever new text box data is required, then one more city is going to add in this text box equal to 1,000 cities, that would be 1,001. So like this, the data is getting, as the data is getting increased, the number of 1,000 will come to the 1,001, and the 1,001 will come to 1,000. So like 3, 4, 5. This like this basically the data is going to increase. That basically depends upon the structure level, basically we can say, of the text box, because no data you can not a single data you can't clear each and every data, basically. The rule basically says that you have to store the data anywhere, basically. You can't delete the data in this world, basically you can say, because whatever energy you have generated already, that you can't clear in this world. That is basically rules of the universe, that whatever energy which is generated, that will never ever get expire. So repeating the word, whatever energy which is getting in the environment, in the earth, that will never ever get expires. So basically whatever data is already generated, that will never ever going to expire. That basically that's you can say lifetime birth, basically you can say. It's God, basically. So human basically got the lifetime birth. So human got birth, so that is basically lifetime, basically he will never get expire. Why? His body is there in this world somewhere, basically you can say. So somewhere its body is there. So that means basically his energy is still in this world, that you can say. So it's like that basically. So here basically that is also not the topic. The topic was basically the subscription plan which is taken by the government, and government is telling that we have taken the subscription plan, according to that the things will happen. So whatever the subscription plan it is taken, that is basically the taken according to the 2 3 months before basically. So whatever things is happening today, that is basically decided 2 3 months before. So here I will take one more example. uh, there are basically lots of cricket coach, right? So what cricket coach basically proves, give the training to the players basically, which basically takes training to the, gets the training to the that coach. So the training is like this. For example, there is one small stadium, small ground created for the practice, and there basically coach and the team players are doing the practice. So coach will tell that hit that one batsman, he is doing the practice of the batting, and one person is doing the bowling. So both basically got the training like this. You have to give the ball to that person in this direction. Repeating the word, you have to give the ball to this batsman in this direction. This is the training given by the coach to the bowler, and the batsman got the coach like that. The bowler is going to give you ball in this direction. Repeating the word, the bowler is going to give you a ball in this direction. So when you will get the ball in this direction, you have to hit that ball to that board. You can see that board, that is basically one advertising board. In that advertising board, you have to hit that ball. So that type of training basically the cricket coach gives to the players. That is basically from childhood they are giving. So when that becomes the international player, then basically they becomes the professional, right? So whatever they told, they are doing. So it's like cricket basically. So same way basically it's a subscription plan. The subscription plan is also same way. 3 to 4 lakh subscription plan is already created, and according to the subscription plan which is created, according to that only the government selects the subscription plan, and according to that only the things is going to happen. So this is basically the 171st part, and 172 basically we are going to see a little bit more about the subscription plans.